this is the Big E show. So like, what was the one big move that looking back, you're like, I got to where I am who I am because of this move that I made? It's a hard question because there's a million things that have to happen. There's a million decisions that are made and sacrifices that are made, but we got to pin it on one.
Wow, there's a lot to happen. I would say, I'm thinking like to start the domino effect. Is that kind of what you're saying?
I love it. Yeah.
The move that started the domino effect was going to junior college for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But a funny part about that is Utah Tech actually, I don't know if they're Dixie State or Utah Tech at this point, but this is when I was coming out of high school. They invited me up for camp and stuff like that. And they had a walk-on spot for me. And so I almost walked on at Utah Tech or Dixie State, one of the two. But the offensive coordinator told me on the phone, I'm like, hey, so I understand I'll walk on, so that comes with some, setbacks. But when do you think I'd be able to like start competing? Like maybe, put my hat in the ring to win a job? And he's like, there's always gonna be scholarship guys ahead of you, so never. It's like, so what's the difference? Why would I go there instead of go junior college where I can maybe just burn a year and then go somewhere else?
Yeah.
That was like, I would say the kickstart, one of the kickstarts for sure to like, all right, screw these guys. I'm just gonna go ball. That was the final decision to send me to junior college. That's when I texted the Golden West coach and said, hey, I'm coming. Like, that's where I'm going. I'm going to junior college and we're going to just shut everybody up. That started it. And then the first guy I got to prove wrong was who ended up being my head coach at Riverside City College. So first I went to Golden West. The reason I went there is because the Riverside head coach said we have enough quarterbacks. And so like, okay, whatever you say.
Right.
Went to Golden West. Fourth game of the year, we go into their place where they hadn't lost a home regular season game in 10 years and beat them. Golden West was like a 6-5 team, like historically, like not, and Riverside was the #1 team in the country.
Yeah.
And so we go in there and I had a great game. The guys around me had a great game too. Receivers made some plays for me to help us get the win, but I had like 5 touchdowns, 300 yards, and we beat them. And that was like the first time it was like, all right, I proved him wrong.
Right.
It's time to start proving more guys wrong too. Like this is the beginning of it. And so those are two moments I'd say. I don't know if you're saying move is indecision to go to JUCO, there's the move. If you're saying a move on the field, what I did on the field, then that would be the moment on the field that was like kickstarted the whole, I'm going to prove just about everybody wrong.
That's cool. That's super cool. It's cool too because you earlier alluded to there is at a certain point in anybody's trajectory, whether it's sports or not, like where that I'm going to prove him wrong then turns into I'm also proving myself right. That balance is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it just kind of, man, it's like, it's crazy that one, that coach isn't a very good recruiter. Because like, when do you ever tell someone, by the way, you're never playing and you'll never get a chance to play? Like, at least lie to them. You know what I mean?
Fired like the next year or something.
That's wild to me. But then also like speaks to, I don't know if it's like the concept of late bloomers or whatever it is. I've said this on the podcast before and I stand by it. It's like those that continue to work and continue to believe in themselves are the ones that end up in really, really good places just in life, right?
Yeah.
Like if all these people that we talk about, Tom Brady, we're just going to bring him up again because he's so handsome. Like if he stopped at the first time someone was like, no, you're not that good. Like it's over, right?
Yeah.
So, all these parents that ask me like, what does my kid need to do? Like, what should we be focusing on? It's like, just get better, and college guys ask me the same question. Like, I want to play pro. Like, what do I need to work on? It's like everything. Just keep working on everything. Cause like guys will get drafted. They're out of the league 2 years later.
Yeah.
Guys that don't get drafted come up through the G League and then they're signing $100 million contracts. Like, it's just like, just look at where everyone comes from. Like the LeBron James, trajectory, and not that he didn't have his things that he had to overcome, but like, #1 high school player, then #1 pick in the draft, and then you're not a bust. Like that doesn't happen that often, right?
No,
There's a million routes to get there. And so you just have to continue to believe in yourself, continue to prove others wrong, prove yourself right, and get better. Because if you don't, then you're just going to drop off.
Yeah. They talk about like the amount of 5 stars that get drafted is not as high as everybody thinks. The whole first round
not even close.
Is not actually all the 5 stars from 3 years before in the football world. Like that's not how it works actually. It's like a lot of times it's these guys who are under recruited.
And they just kept getting better.
Cam Ward, guy who's in the running for Heisman, under recruited. Like Ashton Genty, I don't think he was very highly recruited either. He's
No.
the number one running back in the country, gonna probably win the Heisman. Him or Travis Hunter. Like,
Sweet.
like you get those two guys, and then you get there's so many guys. Like, I mean, yeah, there are 5 stars who are legit. Travis Hunter is legit. That guy's a baller. But like, that's not everybody, man. There's so many more guys who were not highly recruited. They weren't highly sought after. Put their head down, worked the entire time, and showed up and made a difference.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, well, we're gonna do some rapid fires. I like to start with these bad boys just because it gets the mind thinking, gets the juices flowing, and you know, the ice has been broken. I mean, we were outside freezing our butts off for 20 minutes.
We were.
Shout out producer Kaylin. Just kidding. Kaylin's the best. All right, this is the first one. Alex doesn't know these either, so this will be good to hear his. He generally has horrible takes, and that's why I wanted him here. But
I'm just like curious what the rap like.
Yeah.
Stuff that
He's really looking. No, this is not me. This is a little bit of Chat GBT sprinkled in with just things that are going on in pop culture. So, all right, first one. We've asked our other guests this one, so some of these are a little repetitive for those listening. Would you rather fight one Shaq-sized chicken? Shaq-sized.
Okay.
So think me plus,
7 foot
4
chicken.
inches,
Shaq,
and
bro.
I
Why don't we
am not
think
that much shorter than Shaq,
You're not Shaq.
and I've met him, and so I know. I'm gonna push this closer to you, by the way. One Shaq-sized chicken, so a little bit bigger than me, not that much bigger.
Okay.
Or 50 chicken-sized Shaqs.
Wow. 50 chicken-sized Shaqs.
It's tough.
Or one Shaq-sized chicken. Chickens are strong, but like little Shaqs.
I didn't know that. You know this?
Okay, so
I think this is an
so
obvious answer.
Chickens are actually like crazy. Like, did you know that chickens can live for like 2 to 3 minutes with their head chopped off?
I did know that.
It's like, this is something my dad told me because he used to have chickens growing up.
Okay.
Like he would like if they're gonna make chicken for dinner, they'd have to prepare one of their chickens.
Yeah,
And so
for sure.
he would have to. His mom would tell him, "Hey, go get the chicken, and then like go kill it and bring it back, and I'll do the rest."
Yeah.
And so like his first mistake was all you do is you hold it and you wring it hard and that snaps their neck.
Yep.
But you drop it and next thing you know, there's a chicken running around with his head dangling to the side for about 2 to 3 minutes. So
I did not know it was 2 to 3 minutes. I'll admit that.
And so he's chasing the chicken
a long
around.
time.
Who knows where the chicken's going, running into things and stuff. And so he had to figure out the technique of digging a ditch. So he would wring the chicken's neck in the ditch so the chicken couldn't go anywhere. Well, it died.
That's awesome.
But that's a fun chicken story for you, anyways. I don't know. I think I'd probably go with little Shaqs, right?
You gotta
Like
go-
you could just kick them, right?
50 kicks, man.
But 50
50.
chickens, like they have like they're pecking at you. Like that's Shaq's not doing anything.
They
He
aren't
doesn't have-
chickens,
is
they're
Shaq-
Shaqs.
What is
I
Shaq
know.
gonna
But
do?
that's what I'm saying. No, if it was 50
Shaq is
chickens,
He's grabbing you. He's
like what's
chickens are not that small. We're not talking like action figures. Like chickens are.
Like
I got 50 of these
maybe
things.
to your knee, though. Not even
Not even
halfway up to your knee.
2/3.
2/3 of the way up to your knee. Like that's an easy kick.
50 kicks.
I could
yeah,
kick 50
we're kicking
times.
50 times.
Do it
And-
right
and-
now.
And,
That's-
and how
that's
fast?
easy.
How fast is Shaq? Not very fast.
No, he's not that fast.
Shaq's not that fast. So they couldn't like get on me real quick. And now are they lined up or are
You
they
guys are-
mobbing me? How are
no,
we doing this exactly?
no,
Are they
they're-
coming through a doorway?
I mean,
I mean,
it's very
there's a lot
similar to
of
the
logistics.
question of like, I think Tom Brady got asked like how many 12-year-olds he could fight at the
He
same
could beat
time,
up.
and it's still like,
But that's not 12-year-olds, dude. That's
no, I know,
That's
but it's
2-year-olds.
50 of them.
50.
Yeah, when you put it that way, that's a good point.
Think of it like that. It's only
I have a
2-year-olds,
2-year-old.
3-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like those are small. You just kick them. Did you kick?
Yeah,
your
yeah,
2-year-old?
I think you're right. I think you're right.
I never thought about
I
it.
was more on that side, and then
How
my
you
last
beat
guess.
a Shaq-sized chicken.
Well, it's
How-
just
yeah,
it's
it's
just
huge.
one. It's just one though.
But like
you know?
how?
What,
Like
you got any
he- like
weapons?
he-
Where are we?
He's not. First of all, let me reiterate. He's not that much bigger than me. I'm a big guy.
He's a lot bigger than
He's
you.
a lot bigger than you.
He's not that much bigger than me. I don't know. I just think you can focus on one thing, and you're now the animal backed in a
You're
corner.
dodging.
You're now the chicken with potentially your head getting ripped
Yeah,
off.
but now
So
a beak,
you surprise
a
yourself.
chicken beak is all of a sudden
Huge.
It's huge.
bigger than this table.
And
Okay,
you're-
all right.
You're just
Shaq is
bobbing.
huge.
You're just bobbing and weaving that.
Shaq is now 9 feet tall. Okay, you guys have convinced me. I think you're right. Yeah, you guys are quarterbacks. You're analytical. You're smart. All right, next one. This is a good one. This is a good one. I like this one. I have a ready answer. I've given it before, so I won't even do mine. You're offered $1 million, but to win it, you have to invite someone from your team to dinner, and they have to complain about the food. Who are you inviting?
That's a good question.
Alex, you can answer this too.
Who-
Mine,
What
I've
team. Am I?
well, okay. Well, you can't figure like, yeah, I know you're not on a
like
team.
all my buddies.
Yeah, your
so,
buddies.
Like, okay.
Your family. Mine's my brother and my dad. They're food critics.
Oh,
General
I feel that.
whiners.
But you say on the team, bro, because my brother and my dad are like steak like savants. Like they are.
Let's go with them. I like
the
that.
study of steaks is, if there was a word for steakology or whatever,
Steakology. Let's
they
make
got
it.
PhDs in it. Like
Wow.
they are down the rabbit hole in the steak
Yeah.
world. And they make good steaks. And so like they're gonna go to a restaurant, and if I convince them to order a steak, which they probably wouldn't, but
Yeah.
I'd convince them to order a steak, and then they would pay
It
too
was
much for
subpar.
it,
Yeah.
and it's not as good as theirs. Like they're gonna say, "Man, I could have made this at home for cheaper."
that's-
and then that's it. Boom.
Yep.
That's
I can
$1
hear
million.
I can hear my dad saying
You know
that.
what I mean? Like
He's the same.
both my dad and my brother would say that.
Yeah.
On the team, I don't know, man. I don't know who really. Ethan Erickson likes to cook it up.
Okay.
You know, he cooks a lot. But I don't know if he would complain about it.
Yeah, it's when you're
Yeah.
a good cook, you're a good chef.
When you
then
cook
there's
a
a
bunch-
higher
No,
chance.
higher
'cause
bar.
I'm inviting Teach. He's not a good cook. TJ Haas, yeah, not a good cook. But you're also, I mean, you're just picky. You're not that scared
Yeah.
without being picky either.
That's exactly
And,
right.
You know, it depends on the crowd, but if it's just like if we're at dinner and we're hearing complaining for sure, 100%.
Yeah, it's not gonna be me. I'm just quantity over quality. That's
Like,
like,
he's not going to be rude about it. Like
I'm
if we're
just
in,
fat.
we're in public, but if it's just the boys, TJ's for sure complaining about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
TJ, he gets thrown under the bus like every other episode on here for a guy.
You know,
Nice.
you should have been here.
No, he should have been
I
here.
told him to
That's on him. All right, so that's a good one. Good answer. Good answer. This one I feel like I haven't asked anyone. I want to ask you because there's a decent amount of quarterbacks out there. I feel like I don't know. Quarterbacks are you guys are kind of psychos. You have to be a little bit different. You know, like
Sure.
you have to think differently. Like Tom Brady was my favorite athlete growing up. I was born and raised in Massachusetts, and so it helped. The Patriots were really, really good then. But
Yeah.
you know, was a big fan of him even when he left. And I guess I don't know. Technically, I'm still a fan, even though he's just announcing games on Fox or whatever. You know, kind of like he thinks differently. He's wired differently.
Yeah.
Like have you seen his affirmations? Like recently, like his 2018 affirmation book came out. And it's just
No.
like I'll show you guys. But it's just different. He's just like, you're the big dog. You're gonna feed their doubts. Like just like going and he's just you just know he's sitting in a room by himself for probably like a sauna at like 250 degrees, just sweating and just reading it like a witch reads her spell book. But you know, you get like the Gardner. What's that guy's last name?
Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, Minshew. You have now I can't think of any quarterbacks. Quarterback of the Browns or no, the
Jameis
Kurt.
Winston.
Yeah, Winston. The Buccaneers guys. Baker. Like
Yeah.
different, but these are the
Yeah.
guys that make it, right? So
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to know. And they
Can't
all
say Rodgers is normal either.
Rodgers is not normal. Most guys aren't normal, right? And so there's something about like I feel like they all have like a mustache or like a crazy haircut or like some wacky. That's why I think this is appropriate. That was the longest way to get to this question.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a mullet for the rest of your life or shave off your eyebrows forever?
Forever.
You get one or the other.
Hey,
Does that not do the dots not connect? Why I preface the question with that?
So
It's
basically,
interesting.
you want us, because we're quarterbacks and we think differently, you want us to look differently. And
Yeah.
in this case, look like
I think those guys also like
Brady
look-
is a very normal looking guy.
He's had a
Okay,
mullet.
And very
He has-
he's a
good
beautifully looking.
guy.
Yeah.
He's a beautiful
All
man.
right, we agree on that.
Yes. Yeah. So
No, but okay, but he's on a level. He's maybe the greatest
Tuck rule's kinda
professional
bullshit,
athlete
but-
of all time. What's that?
So the Tuck rule is kind of bullshit. I'm a Raiders fan, but
Well, boo-hoo. You're tough life for you.
you saw the interview with him, and how he accidentally admitted he was
Yeah,
wrong.
with him and
Yeah.
Charles Woodson.
That was funny. Anyways, that's
I'm saying like other guys that aren't just the greatest potentially professional athlete of all time.
They're a
If we're
little bit
talking
goofy.
career, they're a little bit goofy. They got something going on.
Sure,
Like
yeah.
you could see them doing one of these two things. That's why I asked it. So which one is it?
I mean, mullet. There's got to be mullet because you said shave your eyebrows off for the rest of your
People
life.
have mullets
Yeah.
all the time.
Everybody's got a
who do you know
mullet.
that shave their eyebrows off willingly? Like
There was a kid in middle school I knew that did, but
In middle school.
he was different.
Yeah.
like,
He's
He
different
was
now.
He's different. NFL
He's a pro
quarterback.
quarterback
Are you gonna pull a name out?
Yeah,
Just right now.
yeah.
Yeah, probably mullet because it's normal. I don't think shaving your
Okay.
eyebrows.
Mullets
No
are arguably
eyebrows.
stylish right now.
Maybe would you tattoo them back on? Is that what you'd do?
Yeah, you could probably do that. Or just draw them. You could draw them. You could,
Draw them every
Yeah.
morning.
yeah, you could sync them up with, your nail polish if you're Caleb Williams, like something.
Something like that.
You get creative.
half of Utah
Caleb
County
Williams
draws
is
on their
not a normal
eyebrows
guy.
right now. So
That's true.
Who knows?
That's true. You talked to me once about doing it, I think. So
I didn't.
that's that's the other reason I wanted to bring this up on air so that we have it, record of it.
Love
Okay.
it.
All right. That's good. That's
Love
good.
it.
It's good. You guys don't need to get mad at me. This is ChatGPT. This isn't even me.
Oh, okay.
Well, who asked the question to ChatGPT? I think that's the guy we need to talk to.
It's fair.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah.
This is a good one. This one, I like this one. Would you rather have to speak in rhyme for the rest of your life or never be able to talk again?
Dude, speaking rhyme would be sick.
Just have
Are you
bars.
kidding
Yeah,
me?
that was too
Just
easy.
straight
That was too
bars
easy.
your entire life?
You just have
Could you do it
bars.
right now?
You
Could
know?
either of you do it
No.
right now?
Probably.
Oh, wow. All right, the rest of the episode.
Rhyme probably.
Yeah, it's a probably and immediately regretted it.
Immediately.
Yeah.
It's close, but it's not good. Okay. Thanks again for joining us. This is the end of the One Big Move on the Big E Show. And Jake, you crushed it. We're looking forward to continuing to watch you and go Cougs.
Go Cougs, baby. Thanks for having me.